If paintings could speak. The darkest secrets of war are being unveiled. Every session, starting with a single brushstroke, could forever change a therapist's life. This isn't just a story about art therapy. It's a tale of war's incurable scars, hidden tortures, and justice revealed through whispers on a canvas. It's the story of a woman confronting her own traumas while hearing the silent scream of another soldier. Dr. Evelyn Reed, in her early 40s, with a slender yet resilient demeanor, worked in a small art therapy center in one of London's outlying neighborhoods. She was a former military doctor who had also served in military intelligence. Her mission was to guide soldiers struggling with the invisible wounds of war through art. A decade ago, while on duty in the Middle East, she herself had been captured by the enemy and held in a POW camp for 2 years. She survived, but carried deep scars in her soul. The old scar on her shoulder was a silent reminder of those days. After leaving the military, she dedicated herself to helping others like her who suffered from trauma. She believed in the healing power of art. But sometimes, the secrets whispered by art could open deeper wounds than they healed. Evelyn's trauma stemmed from those 2 years of captivity. She survived due to her intellect and willpower. But the torture methods she experienced in the camp were not just physical. They were a mental and psychological battle. For years, she tried to suppress these memories. Art therapy offered her a form of catharsis. Listening to her patients' pain, helping them find their voice through their brushes, was part of her own healing journey. Every soldier who entered her life was like a mirror to her. In their traumas, she saw her own past. But an approaching patient would unearth the darkest secrets of Evelyn's own past. One Tuesday morning, her door knocked. A new patient, James Miller, a soldier in his late 20s back from Afghanistan, his soul weary. There was a deep emptiness in his eyes. James struggled to speak. He couldn't articulate the horrors of war. Evelyn gave him paints and a canvas. "You don't have to talk, James. Let your paintings speak," she said. Initially, James worked with bleak, murky colors: red, black, gray, as if blood, death, and despair. Evelyn tried to understand his inner world. With each session, James added more details to his paintings. It was as if he was drawing a map of his own psyche.
Weeks passed. James's paintings grew increasingly complex. One day, James drew a metallic cage on a large canvas. Inside it was a frightened, blurred human figure. On the wires of the cage were tiny, almost meaningless marks that did not escape Evelyn's eye. These marks seemed to be part of the disarray in James's inner world. But Evelyn's mind suddenly froze. These marks, they were familiar, hauntingly familiar. They resembled the secret messages she had secretly carved onto the wall of her own cell during her captivity. Messages only she could understand. Her blood ran cold. This couldn't be a coincidence. Evelyn's heart pounded. These marks, these symbols James had drawn, were part of a secret code used only in her POW camp. A code prisoners used to send messages to each other. Dr. Ben Carter, the only doctor in that camp, had taught her this code. Dr. Carter secretly reported the prisoners' health conditions using these codes. Evelyn had learned them from him. If James also knew these codes, what did this mean? Had James also been in that camp? But that camp had been completely isolated from the outside world, and James had been enlisted 10 years after Evelyn's capture. This was impossible. Evelyn couldn't sleep all night. She rushed to the box containing her old military belongings. She found her worn notebook, every page filled with those cursed codes she had learned in the POW camp. She compared them with James's painting. Every scratch, every curve, a perfect match. James knew this code. But how? There was only one possibility. James had been subjected to the same torture methods, taught the same coding system. And this meant that the camp, contrary to what Evelyn had believed, had not been shut down. Instead, it had continued its activities in secret. Something inside her broke. This was a call for justice. The war criminals were still free. Evelyn tried to reach James's current therapist, Dr. Helen Thorne. She mentioned the codes in James's paintings, stating her suspicion of a possible war crime. However, Dr. Thorne refused to cooperate, citing professional confidentiality. She coldly told Evelyn that what she heard might just be paranoia. Evelyn understood she had hit a bureaucratic wall. No one would believe her. While her own past had pushed her to her limits, she was now confronting James's trauma as well. She had to find the evidence herself. This was a mission not just for James, but for all the soldiers who had died in captivity. Evelyn secretly photographed all of James's drawings. Day and night, she meticulously examined these paintings in her studio. Every brushstroke, every color choice, every symbol, they contained clues to James's inner world. Perhaps even his location, or the identity of his torturers. Evelyn compared her own captivity experiences with these paintings. The shades of dark colors, the postures of abstract figures, the repetition of certain shapes. The paintings were like a map from the depths of James's subconscious. And that map led Evelyn to a secret extension of the camp she had once been held in. The camp's location had changed, its name had changed, but its methods remained the same. And one day, in one of the paintings, Evelyn recognized the face of a familiar figure. The former camp commander, the brutal man known as the surgeon. Through the clues in the paintings and her own memory, Evelyn pinpointed the new location of that secret camp. It was an abandoned military facility outside London, a place no one dared to enter, rumored to be haunted. And worst of all, the surgeon, the former camp commander, Evelyn's and James's tormentor, had left evidence that this facility was still active. The surgeon was Evelyn's worst nightmare. During her captivity, the surgeon's artistic torture methods and mind games had profoundly affected Evelyn. Now, that man was still torturing innocent soldiers. Elias could not tolerate this any longer. With the police and military authorities unwilling to believe her, she had to act alone. That night, Evelyn infiltrated the abandoned military facility. Using her years of intelligence skills and military knowledge, she managed to enter unseen. Inside, the horrors James had depicted in his paintings were unfolding in stark reality. Soldiers were subjected to horrific tortures, their minds shattered, and the surgeon was there, the architect of all that terror. Evelyn used a small, specialized device she had brought with her. This device was designed to disrupt the facility's security systems, especially the surgeon's communication network. She activated it, and suddenly, all the screens inside the facility went black. Communication ceased. The surgeon's cold smile vanished, replaced by bewilderment. Evelyn emerged from her hiding place. Her goal was to expose the surgeon's plans and rescue those soldiers. The fight began. Evelyn rekindled the warrior spirit she had suppressed for years. That night, she fought not just for James, but for all captured soldiers. That night, the surgeon and his accomplices were apprehended. The facility's secret was revealed, and the tortured soldiers were rescued. The whispers in James's paintings had brought the truth to light. Evelyn, by confronting her own traumas, had not only healed others, but herself as well. She was not just an art therapist, she was also a hero. The dark secrets of war had finally been unveiled, with a brushstroke and with a woman's courage.
What profound lesson does Evelyn's story impart to us? It reveals that art can be not only a form of expression, but also a weapon, and that sometimes the greatest heroes fight silently within their own inner worlds. Don't you wholeheartedly agree? Please share your thoughts and let us know in the comments below. If you found this story compelling and inspiring, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel, because every single day we are committed to continuing our journey of discovering the extraordinary strengths hidden behind these seemingly ordinary lives. Where in the world are you watching from? Drop a comment below. We genuinely love hearing from our amazing viewers around the globe.